Greetings, friend. How are you doing today? Do you know the meaning of the word Kaizen? K-A-I-Z-E-N, Kaizen. I learned about this word recently, actually. And Kaizen is a Japanese business philosophy that based on the idea that small, ongoing, positive change can reap major improvements. And so it's a business philosophy that's creating continuous improvements, but through having small positive change. And it's also focused on cooperations and commitment. And I love that very much. It's a great business philosophy, definitely. And a lot of major major corporations like the Mayo Clinic, the Toyota, Nestle, and many other companies uses these principles that small ongoing positive change, using small ongoing positive change and cooperations and commitment to results in major improvement, major positive improvement. And it's such a wonderful business philosophy that's definitely make all these businesses very successful. And actually looking at that, that is the way that a lot of us want to live, isn't it? We want to have, all of us want to have a great life. And in personal development field, all of us want to have a great life, but we don't have a great life just out of the blue, looking back, in 50 years or 20 years from now. We have a great life by having a great year, and year after year after years, and we have great years by having started out with great days, days after days after days. At the end of this year, if you have mostly great days, you'll look back, and we will look back and we'll say we have a great year. And how do we have great days? We have great days by having great moments, by how we are being moments to moments. And so what we want to do is, it's such a wonderful idea that I love it so very much, because I love the idea of having a small ongoing positive change. And that's how we change anything in our life. If we want to have a better result, we want to have a better results, we do that by doing a little, improving one little thing, one little moment at a time. And we do that using cooperations and commitment. We commit that we want to change. We use cooperations instead of antagonistic thing, anything, and which will make a lot of things a lot easier. A lot of time people will say, I'm going to make myself doing something. And if you're going to make yourself doing something, just feel the energy of that. It's like, but if you say, well, I'm just going to commit to this, and I'm going to just do a tiny little change, whether it is in our vocations, in our work, a tiny little change is in our health habits, a tiny little change at every day and every moment in the way we are being, in our joyfulness, in our ability to be able to stay calm better. Perhaps it's a tiny little change in our relationships. Whatever it is that you would love, whether it's business or personal, but what we do is we endeavor to have a small ongoing, because it's not a one-time thing, it's a small ongoing a positive change. It's almost like if we climb a mountain, we have to take one little step at a time. We don't jump from the bottom all the and land it in the top of the mountain. We take one positive change, one positive steps, one positive change at a time that allow us to be able to get to the top of the mountain, to be able to reap a major improvements at the end of the time of the year, of the week, of the month in our life. And we start that by doing that, changing one little habit at a time. A lot of time, many people have a long list of, particularly at the beginning of the year. Thank you very much, friend, for watching and approving. A lot of people have, particularly at the beginning of the year, I find this very amusing, and I used to do this as well. Have a long list of New Year's resolutions, right? We have like, we want to do this, and we have so many things in our life already, and if we try to make 10 changes, most people cannot keep up doing 10 changes at a time. So what we want to do is just take one little step at a time. started one new positive habits, whatever it is that will propel us to the directions of the life that we would love to live. Whether it is, maybe it's drinking a little bit more water, and instead of from not drinking much water and endeavoring to drink, I'm going to drink an extra 2 gallons, that might not be healthy for us. Perhaps we just endeavor to drink an extra cup a day. If it is something in the work field, maybe it is something that if some of us tend to just get in work, barely making it on time, well, perhaps we want to just be a little 3 minutes early to work, and endeavor and go from there. I know a lot of time we talked in the personal development about doing gratitudes. Well, what about if we start, so a lot of people say, hey, let's start writing 10 gratitudes in the morning, or 5 gratitudes right before you go to bed. And these are all wonderful ideas. But how about if we never been writing any gratitudes? We can start by writing 1 gratitudes in the morning and speak out 1 gratitudes in the evening. It will be a lot easier to do than endeavoring to sit down and write 10 gratitudes in the morning and 5 in the evening. And so I just love this word Kaizen, and with the principles of small ongoing positive change can result in us reaping major improvement in our life. And we're doing that with commitment for our change, daily, continuous, little change, and cooperations with other peoples when we are at workplace, but also cooperations with ourselves. Instead of making us doing something, we just say, okay, we agree. I agree that I'm going to commit. I agree that I committed on changing one little thing at this time. So we can have cooperations with ourselves, committing to ourselves, doing one tiny little positive change a day. And as we know, baby step can take us up to Mount Everest. And so I invite you today, if you'd like to join me to see what is one little thing that you can perhaps, if you'd like to change, started a one little new habit, whatever it is, whether it's in terms of our work, our health, our relationship, our personal well-being, whatever it is, one tiny new habit that at the end of this year, because this is July, at the end of this year, you will look back and say, that one tiny new habit has propelled me closer to where I would love to be, having a greater life, having a greater health, having a greater relationship, whatever it is. But we start small, and we commit, and we cooperate with ourselves. We agree with ourselves that we're going to do this. We're taking one little step. If you'd like to, you're welcome. Please share in the comment below what is that new habit or new change that you're going to commit, endeavoring, taking one little step at a time, that will allow us at the end of this year to look back and say, yeah, that new habits really has given me a wonderful improvement and a great result in life at the end. And if you'd like to share this video, please feel welcome to do that, or feel welcome to share your feedback as well. And I thank you very, very much for watching. I love you very, very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful, wonderful week, creating a wonderful day and weeks, moments to moments. And this is Bridget with From Grieving to Joyful Living. I thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to see you again very soon.